What's up, y'all? Sorry it has taken me this long to put out this video. It was kind of crazy. As soon as I got home from Saudi Arabia, my parents actually drove 12 hours from Georgia to surprise me at the airport when Sabrina came to pick me up. And then they ended up staying for a couple days. They had gotten like an Airbnb over in Coburn, which is a town close to Woodward, and we did a little bit of fly fishing, just a little bit of family time, and just taking a little bit of time off the bike to enjoy some family time after a hard-earned victory, such as third place at a World Cup, which is still like mind-blowing to me. So I think my whole plan for this video is, obviously I'm going to be posting up the runs. We're going to have the runs in the video. But I just want to talk a little bit about what it took to get there, to get to that point where I was good enough to even get on a podium at a World Cup event. So I kind of figured if we're going to talk about the preparation that went into this event, we better just do it in the building where it all happened, here in Cloud9 at Camp Woodward. I was in here probably 6 days a week for a minimum of 3 hours a day on the bike. Trying to dial tricks in was a really, really big one. I wanted to be able to do everything super, super easy where I didn't have to think about it. It was just pure muscle memory. But another thing I wanted to do was I felt like I needed to learn a few more tricks. I have such a deep bag already with nothing but bangers, but I was kind of missing a couple filler tricks in between. Unfortunately, in the runs that we're about to view, I didn't get to showcase all of those, nor am I going to be putting those out here on the internet just yet because I don't want to show anybody. I kind of want to keep it a secret, keep it a little bit of a surprise, keep people wondering, what is B-Fox working on? What am I working on? So there's a few clips, a few new tricks that I did do in Saudi Arabia, but let's just roll the tape. Here's run number one. So obviously, run one did not go as planned. I think I was just a little bit excited, and I was really, really nervous about doing that double flip transfer. I didn't do it in practice. I had a lot of confidence in myself that I'd be able to do it, but I dropped in and like took a crank at that spine and just went way too high and drifted way too far from the spine into the box landing, and obviously I had to bail out, and it did not feel good. So that was run one. Obviously it was a wash. I fell on the first trick. So now I had one run to make it happen. Not to mention, I think I qualified in 10th place. I'm going to have to double check that. But qualifying in 10th place, I still had so many guys after me that were still yet to go. Not to mention, these are the best riders in the world. Park riders, I should specify. But pretty scary stuff. So I get back on the ramp, and I'm trying to get back into my head. I'm trying to get back in the zone, get ready to go. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going back and forth. Should I do the double flip transfer again, or do I sub it for the backflip bar spin transfer that I was doing in semifinals? So I'm going back and forth on it. I really wanted to lay down a run. I really felt like I had really good chances and good tricks throughout the rest of my run. But at the end of it, as soon as it was time to drop in, I knew that if I didn't go for that double flip again, it was really going to bother me. So here's run number two. Dropping in. All right. So as you can tell, the double flip transfer went well. And then right there, I'm just going to go ahead and pause it right there at the next trick after the box, after the double flip transfer. I think this kind of went unnoticed, but the hip transfer from that kind of weird hip from the back of the box into the lip of the box, I did a bar spin no-hander, but it was actually an opposite bar spin no-hander, and I just think that they missed it. And I mean, not this. It wasn't gonna like totally affect my score like crazy, but I just thought that was cool that I kind of mixed it up. And then, as you can see, once we press play again, I do a regular bar spin to no-hander air right into the 1080, super clean, felt super good. And then right here, I just did a stock truck driver. I'm gonna pause it just again. So the stock truck driver was not supposed to be a stock truck driver. I was actually meaning to do like a suicide double truck over that, but I had gotten that far in the run and it was a little bit windy there in Saudi Arabia, so I just on the spot decided to just not chance it and blow the rest of the run on one trick, because it was already going so well, as you can see. So I just stuck with the truck driver, which is totally fine. But right afterward, really funny, you can see I did this bar flare, which was actually supposed to be a flare bar to no-hander. I kind of tucked the bars in a little bit, knew I wasn't gonna get the flare around if I took the hands off, so I just kept my hands on, and then almost ended up sliding out on that, and somehow, by the grace of God, I saved it. And then I got on the gas, pedaled it across the course, and had to channel. I'm going to pause it again. I just want to highlight this bit right here. I'm so fired up on this run. I just want to highlight this transfer line. That was like an 11-foot tall quarter pipe, and it probably had like almost a foot of vert on it. So I had done a few flares on the vert ramp to the Resi here in Cloud 9. But I definitely wasn't willing to like go for it on the straight ramp. But when we were there, I was like, man, I for some reason just felt like I had it, like I could just do it. And so I fired one out in practice, and it felt really good and really easy. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to just throw it down in the run. I was channeling some serious Jamie Bestwick energy on that one big time. So shout out Jamie Bestwick. He is the absolute GOAT. And I kept it simple, little tuck no-hander over the box, into the 5 flare on the quarter, and then into the 7 on the spine. Just a quick pause again, just to talk about that line right there, the 540 flare into the 7 on the spine, because it's really funny because here in Cloud 9 we have the quarter to Resi, and then right after we have the spine Resi. And every day when I come in here to ride, doing a 540 flare on the quarter and then a 7 on the spine is just a part of my daily routine. It's just something that I constantly do, so that I feel good with it. And it just so happened that this setup, it worked out perfectly for. So that was pretty awesome. I was really proud to be able to actually incorporate that into a contest run. So continuing on, add a little flare look back in there, which I actually have never done one of those in a contest run either. And then as you can see from the rest of the run, I was just completely out of gas. Getting sketchy on a 3 look back and barely keeping my hands on for a bar air, and then sneaking in a downside whip that didn't count at all, because it was after the buzzer. But I wasn't really showing any emotion after landing that run, and it's not because I wasn't stoked. It was more so that I was just so tired. I was so gassed, because you got to think, going 60 seconds in a contest run is really hard, as it is. And then also on your second run, having to absolutely roll the dice because of a fall in your first run, I think it really gets to your nerves a lot. And when it does that, your adrenaline just starts pumping. You can't slow your heart rate down. I was having a really hard time trying to get my heart rate to slow down while I was up on the deck waiting for my second run. So by the end of that run, I was just completely spent. Really, really spent. But inside, I was absolutely screaming my head off. I was really happy. I was really proud of myself for overcoming that first run fall and putting it all together in the second run, because that's a really, really tough thing to do, to bounce back from that mentally. So I was really proud of myself for being able to do that and hold my composure and keep it going. All right, so now that we've seen the contest run, I'll play it for you guys without saying anything so you can check it out right now.
Let's see if he brings it in his second run. Looking to start it out with the double backflip transfer. Boom! That is how you do it. That is the red carpet entrance. Brian Fox with the bar spin to tuck no-hander, letting his presence be known. He's been spending a lot of time at Camp Woodward and 3 times around, I believe.
Yep, that was that 1080 we were talking about. Hitting the spokes, truck driver over it.
Whoa, big height on that flare with the bar spin and then putting the throttle down, charging back with the flare tail with the pedals. Brian Fox right now is really in the pocket. And then doing a 540 flare transfer. Stain, this is a big run.
This is a huge run, Daryl. 720 over the spine right there. Flare turn down, keeping it going, getting some extra cranks in for speed.
Doing it for low income division, Pure Can and Suburban Cycles. 10 seconds to go. Fox 360 look back. Let's see if he can get a final thought as he bar spins. And this is going to be time. Tail whip, and that was at the buzzer, so that will not count. But what would count is all the magic that Brian Fox threw down prior.
And then here's a little bit of a clip of me climbing up on the podium, which I'm super, super proud of. Standing on the podium next to Marcus Christopher and Logan Martin was almost surreal. I had dreamt of it and I'd hoped for it, but I don't think I truly believed that I could do it until now. And after doing that, I know for a fact that I can do it again. And this is the Olympic qualifying year. So to start off the year with a 3rd place finish at the first stop of the World Cup is insane. So I've moved up to 8th place in the UCI points. I'll throw a link down below so you guys can actually check that stuff out and see what the points are, see the standings. But absolutely over the moon. I was actually meant to bring the trophy with me in here, but I forgot it, so I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'll use it as the thumbnail, and you guys can see it then. But other than that, I guess I just want to say thanks to a few people. I really, first and foremost, I really got to give it up to Woodward Camp. Being here and training here full-time has absolutely made all the difference in the world. So again, a massive, massive shout out to Woodward Camp for allowing Sabrina and I to live here and train here every single day. This place is really where you want to be. If this is something that you're interested in doing, if you have dreams of going to the Olympics, if you have dreams of riding a World Cup, this is the place. This is the place where you come to really train, to separate yourself from everyone else. And it goes to show that it does work, and this is the spot to do it. The second person that I have to thank is this lovely lady right here. Sabrina, I could not have done this without you, your support, and your constant drive to keep me on the straight line and to keep me pushing for this. So thanks, babe. Mwah. Also, I have to thank all these special brands and organizations for all of their endless support. So all of these names on the screen, thank you guys. And then, last but not least, I got to thank all of you for following along on this journey, for believing in me, for all the really positive comments that you guys leave on these videos, just for watching these videos. I don't make anything off these videos. I'm not making any money off of YouTube from these videos. I have ads in my videos, but I think I'm making 4 cents per video. That's not why I'm doing it. The main reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to document it. I want to document it for myself, for the future, but I also want to document it for you guys out there, for people that didn't have the opportunity that I have, that I'm so grateful for. I want to be able to share it with all of you. So really, a huge shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to support the channel further, you can go to my website, which is brianfoxbmx.myshopify.com. You pick yourself up a low-income division t-shirt or a hoodie, whatever is available, whatever is left. Everything is selling out almost completely now, which is absolutely insane to think about. But I got some new stuff on the way, so keep an eye out for that. I think I pretty much covered all my bases, so thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.